I see you're using Power Director. That reminds me of a certain someone I recently did a commentary on. Anyway, let's go back to the topic. I never knew someone with over 3,000 subscribers would have an editor like this. Power Director isn't all that great compared to other editing softwares such as VideoPad, Sony Vegas, and Adobe Premiere Pro. I use VideoPad and Sony Vegas and I have almost 500 subs. By the way guys, I'm going to be harping on his sub counts a lot. Be prepared.
What does it matter? Why does it matter what sort of editing software this guy is using? I mean, I get it. The Power Director isn't that great of a software, but nevertheless, this is quite the nitpick. If you were to talk about how distracting the watermark was, that'd be one thing, but you don't do that. You're pretty much just railing on him for using Power Director because you think that someone with 3,000 subscribers should be using something that costs like over $1 bajillion. Yes, I am exaggerating. Also, in regards to subscriber count, why? Because of the quality of his video? Aside from the watermark, there's nothing really wrong with the presentation of it. The audio's a bit loud, but that's about it.
Yo, what is up guys, D+HD here.
That's a decent microphone and all, but I would have expected better from someone with over 3,000 subs.
Why? Because he doesn't have a studio quality mic? Again, it doesn't matter. And I know someone's gonna try to tell me, oh, it's just a joke. You know what? A joke requires a punchline. Where's the punchline?
There's people saying that it's too linear, saying that it looks like any other Sonic game and shit, and how it's just gonna be outright terrible just because of what happened last year.
Can you turn down the music because I can barely hear you, and plus those people you're talking about is correct. Here's what I mean. Sonic Forces will have a similar gameplay style as Sonic Unleashed, Sonic Colors, and Sonic Generations. Dude, you should know this by now because they said so in the first trailer. I know Sega also said that it'll be like 3 gameplay styles, but guess what style is still here? Sonic is still going in a straight line. Even if he takes different routes, it'll just be a shortcut to the goal, which means it's still linear no matter what. I'll get back to this shortly.
Yeah, well, I'm getting back to it now. You completely missed the last point of that whole argument. People are saying that this game is going to suck as a result of it being similar, not the same, similar to previous Sonic games. Previous Sonic games like Sonic Colors, Sonic Unleashed, Sonic Generations, which 2.5 of, at least, have been called some of the better modern Sonic games to date.
Okay, first of all guys, I'll be talking about the main thing, which is the gameplay. People have been saying that it's terrible because it uses the same gameplay from Unleashed, Generations, and Sonic Colors. Now, the reason why is because that's the gameplay style that works for Sonic. I mean, Mario's had the same gameplay for over 30 years and no one bats an eye, but when Sonic does it, it's all of a sudden crisis. I don't know why, but that's just how it is.
And how do you know that Mario fans doesn't do the same thing? Let's take your statement for a second and imply that. You just said that Mario been doing the same thing and people don't complain. I can give you multiple reasons why people isn't getting tired of Mario gameplay style. Mario can explore places, get new items, boss battles, go into different worlds, multiplayer, likable characters, mini games, and etc. Even if Mario still has the same gameplay style, there's always some new elements and places to explore.
Yeah, but the thing is, all of those can be applied to Sonic Forces as well. Sonic the Hedgehog doesn't just exist in this vacuum where he's stuck playing the same game over and over and over. They can change the formula of some. They have, with Generations, with Unleashed. You know that Werehog segment? You know that segment where you're playing as this big blue hairy monster and beating the shit out of things in this God of War-esque style where you're exploring the environment? You know how in Generations you were playing as classic Sonic between stages? Those aren't the same! And new bosses? Sonic can sure as hell have those!
With Sonic games being a little too fast thanks to the boost formula, you can now blaze through the levels, and he has been doing this on consoles since Sonic Unleashed, which came out in 2008. The formula can be fun from time to time, but here's the thing. 1998 through 2006 was the last time Sonic ever had playable friends, in the mainstream Sonic games to be exact. And now 2008 through 2017, it was just all Sonic because nobody can be like Sonic. Do you see the problem now?
I don't. In fact, what you just pointed out isn't an objective problem with the game. That's no reason to say that Sonic Forces is going to suck. Which, was the main reason why Dplex made this video.
The thing that definitely concerns me though is how people are already hating on a game that's coming out on holiday 2017, which is a whole goddamn year away. I mean, you guys are just judging on 40 seconds of gameplay about a game that we know nothing about, excluding that we're gonna have a fur gameplay style.
Wait. Let's hear that again.
Excluding that we're gonna have a fur gameplay style.
One more time.
Excluding that we're gonna have a fur gameplay style.
See what I mean? It is possible for them to change up the formula.
Swanging, eyes closed, just swanging.
You know, if a guy who has over 3,000 subs will have a basic understanding of opinions.
And who says he doesn't? All he did was make a video talking about people making quick judgments based off of incomplete information. Or in some cases, the lack thereof. And aside from the last bit of his final thoughts, which pretty much just boiled to the pot calling the kettle black, that's the end of the video. This video was not great. All it really boiled down to was Supersonic Ward ranting on Dplex for having 3,000 subscribers when he's not using, the editing software that he wants him to use, or using the mic that he wants him to use, or, apparently not respecting people's opinion even though those opinions are based off of incomplete or non-existent information. Both of these individuals state that we need to wait for this game to come out before we pass judgment on that. And I'm going to parrot that point, because both of these individuals are right. You can't pass a judgment on this game because it's not out yet. It's not going to be out for a year. And anyone who's pissing and moaning about this game is doing so based off of incomplete or non-existent information. Which, funnily enough, was the entire point of Dplex's video. I don't know if you were intending to play devil's advocate here, but you did a shit job at it, man.
So I decided to dabble around with the ability to speed and slow down clips in Camtasia. I never really had a reason to use it, so I decided to, search for something that I can do that on, because, hey, it's fun. And I got an idea. Why don't we see what MostHatedStuff's voice actually sounds like by using the Santa app that he uses, as well as the Ben and Tom news show thing. Let's have some fun.
Good morning to you, everybody. Welcome to the Most Hated Stuff News Network. I'm Talking Tom. And I'm your silly-ass host, Talking Ben. This morning, we start off with some bad news coming from David the Ranter. After watching a commentary video on him this past Sunday, he has come to the decision that it's in his best interest to resign from the commentary community. His last commentary video will be uploaded in October.
Recently, I have lost all faith in Disney, because they made one of the most shittiest movies in history, and even worse, it received a fucking Oscar! This movie I am talking about is Frozen. Holy fucking shit, I hate the movie Frozen. I hate the character so much, I hate that goddamn snowman, and I hate the fact it was released in November of 2013.
Now, before we get things started, I just want to make something perfectly clear. I don't actually hate Speakonia. I think that it can be a tool that can be used for a variety of different forms of entertainment, and I have seen some animations that have proven this point, namely things by the Clock Crew on Newgrounds. That said, I don't think that it should be used for commentaries, and here, let me explain why. Commentaries are made to inform and entertain, and unfortunately, when you're using something like Speakonia, it's very hard to entertain your audience. It's very hard to keep their attention because you're listening to this monotone voice throughout the entire deal. I mean, how would you feel if I were to just play the scene from Ferris Bueller's Day Off where Ben Stein was calling Bueller's name over and over and over and over and over. You get pretty sick of it pretty darn fast because it's monotone and it stops being funny after like the first minute. Not even minute, more like after a few seconds. Afterwards, after like 12 seconds or worth, it stops being funny because that's all that the joke is. And I want you to imagine a scene like that for an entire hour's worth. And refusing to cut out content only multiplies the issue because now you really do have an hour's worth of content that's exactly like that. The only thing that you have to entertain the audience at that point are the commentaries that you, for some reason, chose to leave in, the parts that you chose to leave in from previous videos. So what do we have at the end of the day? We have an hour-long video that has nothing more than a monotone voice, and it gets sickening. Fast. Now, why would you want to use your actual voice when making these videos? Well, generally because it allows you to add some form of emotion to the video. Now, you have the ability to tell sarcastic jokes. You have the ability to allow yourself the opportunity to really let your emotions shine. You can be angry, you can be sad, you can be happy, you can be all of those things, and you aren't stuck at trying to convey your emotions through text, because Speakonia can't translate these emotions well, or even at all. I mean, let's perform a little experiment for you. What would you say sounds more angry? Roar. Roar! Do you see the difference there? I certainly do. And to really put the final nail into the coffin, let's use a clip from Speakonia itself.
Roar, roar, I am very angry with you.
Do you see the difference now? I was actually able to sound somewhat upset when using my actual voice as opposed to when I'm using Speakonia, because Speakonia cannot translate those emotions. And yes, this entire video is just my opinion, but it's a fairly common opinion. If you actually take the time to look around, you'll see that a lot of people don't like it when commentators use things like Speakonia for the majority of the video, because they feel that it's boring. And at the end of the day, that should really tell you something. People aren't going to click on a video that they think is going to be boring. People aren't going to listen to a commentator if they are bored out of their mind. In fact, most of the time when I was watching your videos, I tuned out most of what you were saying. I was so bored that I didn't hear most of your arguments. I actually had to rewind and rewatch a lot of the parts of your video just so I could comprehend what you had said. I guess the point that I'm trying to get across is the fact that Speakonia is not a good tool to use for commentaries. In fact, it's actually recommended to use your actual voice to convey emotion with your actual voice, not some program that you downloaded off the internet. And you know what? It's not all that hard to find a microphone. If you want yourself a cheapy microphone, you could probably find one for like 20 bucks, maybe even less. It's not that hard, and really, it will help your videos so much. God damn it, Orion. Really. God damn it. Everyone was so happy and complacent when you weren't on YouTube, and now we realize that you're doing stupid shit on Facebook. You think that everyone in the world is against you, you think that everyone in the world is still pointing fingers at you and laughing their asses off and making videos, and guess what? You're only partially right. We are laughing at you. But we aren't being public about it. At least not until now. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I am talking about RationalOrion's page on Facebook, the RationalOrion's Lion King expose page. One of the videos that he posted was effectively an ultimatum where he'll take down his Facebook page, which we really don't care about if we stop making commentaries, if we stop treating him like the lol cow that he is, etc., etc., etc. If we don't, he'll false flag our videos. Yeah. So there's that. He is willing to break the rules because we are quote-unquote harassing him. So let's really look at this. I apologize in advance for the bad quality, and guess what? I will not be covering the entire video because I don't care enough to.
MacBoy Redux, you're wrong about me not learning. I do learn from my mistakes. This is a coded message saying, that you're upset that I not listen to your bullshit, or let you hold me to a different standard than others.
Orion, there is no coded message there. He's saying that you don't learn, and it's quite obvious that you don't learn, because you want this bandwagon to stop when you're making videos like this! A bandwagon that, I might add, has already ended!
I see the main point of your video is to tell my other critics to stop pursuing me.
Wrong, Orion! The main point of the video is to tell his fanbase that he is not going to cover you, as he feels that there is nothing new that he can bring to the table.
Here are the terms of the truce. My critics must promise to never make any more unpleasant videos about me, since I am sick and tired of hearing their poodle yippings and dealing with them and their temper tantrums.
Translation: no one is allowed to criticize him anymore.
You must also promise to never ever treat me as an LOL cow anymore.
Translation: we're not allowed to laugh at his ridiculous antics, despite the fact that they're ridiculous and stupid, and funny.
If you comply, I will take down my entire IrrationalOrion, Lion King expose, etc. Facebook page, as well as my commentaries on Evil Broseph and Blood Terror.
Something that we really don't care about. What else?
If I am not obeyed, I will flag any new nasty videos about me and have those videos taken down for harassment, including commentaries and rants on me, by those who don't listen to MacBoy Reduts.
Translation: Orion is willing to break the YouTube's terms and conditions because he does not want to hear other people's opinions on him, despite the fact that they are well within their right to share those opinions.
You can either cease online hostilities towards me and let me go back to doing what I came onto YouTube to do after my final draft commentary on Confused Matthew's Lion King review, and you will not hear a peep from me about you, or you can continue to pursue me and get reported for harassment. The choice is yours.
Orion, you seem to think that the internet is this happy place where everyone is holding hands and singing Kumbaya. Let me give you a hint there, buddy. It's not. So long as you post your videos on the internet, anyone and everyone is free to criticize it however they see fit. And this bandwagon is not going to quote-unquote stop until you stop, until you learn why people are actually making these videos on you. Let me tell you something, it's not so we can harass you. Because we're not. We're criticizing you. And so long as you continue to post things on the internet, people will continue to criticize you. Why? Because you're so intent on land-basing other people's opinions for no other reason than they're not your own. You have gone off on literally everyone who says that they do not like Lion King. You have gone off on everyone who criticizes Lion King. You have gone off on people who say that they like Titan AE for Pete's sake. And does it affect you? No, it doesn't. But you're so intent on saying that they're wrong. You're so intent in saying Titan AE is a bad film, and if you like it, you're a bad person. I'm exaggerating, by the way. You're so intent on telling people, oh, Confused Matthew is obsessing about Lion King, but I'm not obsessing about Confused Matthew, despite the fact that I've made like 15,000 videos on him! No one cares about this ultimatum that you're posting, Orion, because if you do follow through on your promise, the one that's going to get hurt, the one that's going to be affected is you. Because you will be breaking YouTube's terms and conditions. Because these videos are not harassing you.
Hello Spartan, it's Broken Insanity. Okay, here's the rundown. I am now going to be making rules about using my videos. I have been linked to videos that have ranted on my commentary on Mary Sue's, which were my old rants. And I mean my old first rants, which were terrible, which I am now aware of. Here's a rule. Do not use my videos without my consent, because I do not appreciate people coming to my channel, taking my videos without my knowledge, and then ranting on them without saying, hey, can I possibly review your video?
Oh, whoops. Didn't realize that we had to do that. Oh, let's fix this then.
Perfect.
And you can't complain because I'm not using your video.
I'm using your audio.
Because I got linked by a fan of mine, and I watched the video, and I'm sitting there like, well, this was my first rant with a person I don't even talk to anymore. Second of all, with my videos, if I do say something wrong, I thank you for giving me the information, telling me, yeah, you didn't say that correctly. But here's the thing. Do not go apeshit on my old videos saying, "Oh my god, you were wrong," and I'm like, dude, haven't you read the other comments? People have already told me this.
Actually, I have. And no, they didn't. In fact, the majority of them were fucking positive.
Because I am seriously getting pissed off with people saying you said this wrong, and this is back on my videos I posted months ago that I don't even like anymore.
Funny thing is that Ponder actually chose the videos that she commentated on because they're problems that are present in your most recent videos as well. She was even kind enough to tell you this, and you can see the comment right... Oh.
Number 3, if you're gonna have a bitch fit in the comments, please actually link the time where I've said something, because I don't want to go rewatching my videos and like watching them fully and you going apeshit.
Considering the fact that it seems like Ponder is the one that sparked this entire issue, and the fact that, generally speaking, your reception is positive, we're going to assume that this is more or less directed towards her. Now, 1, this is a good policy to have. 2, she always does.
This is a must-watch, and if you see people actually using my videos and ranting, just tell them to ask in future to use my videos, because I feel quite offended when people take my videos. So, I'll see you on the mark. Bye.
And that's the end of the video. What do I think of it? I think it's bad. To put things into context, Broken Insanity here is an OC reviewer. She goes on to sites like DeviantArt, finds OCs that she's generally not a big fan of, or, you know, a really good fan of, and reviews them. Generally speaking, without the artist's consent. Do you see the hypocrisy here? Now, when I was looking through her comment section before she disabled it, I found that her major excuse is that she generally goes for targets that have already been attacked quite a bit. Okay, you're still going after a piece of work that someone made without the creator's consent, so you're still a hypocrite. It doesn't matter what your excuse is.
That's a funny thing. Ponder commented on you, so by your logic, I should be in the clear.
So I find it absolutely hilarious that you're ragging on people for commentating on your videos, for reviewing your content without your consent when you do the exact same thing to other people. And the thing is, even then, despite the fact that you're being a huge-ass hypocrite here, it doesn't matter. We don't need your consent. We don't need your consent to review your content. All of that bullshit that you're complaining about falls under fair use, man. There's nothing you can do about it. And you should know that because you're an OC reviewer! And there is one other reason why I decidedly tackled this video. Recently I've had a run-in with a user by the name of Apple Lover Films. You'll recognize him because I actually commentated on him at one point. And, you know, year later, after my video's been up, he decided to come back and throw a hissy fit telling me to take down my video because it's violating copyright, because it's violating privacy, this, that, and the other thing, and it's not. It literally isn't. There is absolutely nothing wrong with my video, and it absolutely pisses me off that Apple ever tried to weaponize a legal system against me, simply because I would not take my video down. And the funny thing is that had Apple ever approached me and talked to me about the situation in a calm and collected manner and was open to ideas, maybe we could discuss. Maybe we could come up with a game plan that benefited everyone. But no, he decided to be hostile. And so my video is still up and dialogue has been closed. And so, just a message to everyone out there, if I commentated on you, and you would like to discuss the status of the video with me, that's fine. If you want to shout and scream and throw a pissy fit about it, that's not fine. And all that's going to make me do is turn 180 degrees and walk the other way. Because I am not listening to someone who decides to act like a child.
Slagging me off and calling me an idiot. He was saying, let me flap my stupid mouth for a bit because I need to read this for you and myself since I didn't actually try the game before I started recording the review. These models are not as detailed as the first. It's not like, it's not that maybe I like the first, but rather I know I need to be negative, so I'll point out the other two. They go through the entire 10-minute video defending.
Okay, now there's two problems that I have with this part. One,
he states that Jim Sterling is using his footage without the developer's permission. That's pretty much what that whole post there was in a nutshell. Meanwhile, Jim Sterling's commentary is in the background. Irony. The second part that bothers me is that this person says that reviewers don't actually contribute anything to the industry, despite the fact that, yeah, they kind of do. They're reviewers. They tell you what they think of the game. Is it good? Is it bad? What's wrong with it? What's good about it? These are the kind of people that you want to listen to if you want to make a decent product.
The game, here we are. They're, I think they thought I was trying to point out how shit the gun models were, but...
Okay, I'm going to just say 2 words right now. Fair use. Hear that? Fair use. Look it up. You might want to check into this whole thing called fair use.
They were too good, so I didn't. Let's get into the game. Never mind talking about the progression system through character.
Okay, this is only a fraction of what Jim Sterling actually does. If you actually take the time to go to The Escapist, you can see a lot more of his content, which is going to be scripted, which is going to be edited, which is going to be a lot more clean. And you cannot tell me that that does not require effort. You cannot tell me that that doesn't require at least an ounce of hard work in order to produce. Don't call someone a leech just because of one fucking video.
And gun upgrades. Hell, while we're at... Oh, it's going very quickly. It actually says comical use of excessive physics and blood. But let's exaggerate for a punchline and really smack down with a snazzy, over-the-top comment to show I'm negative immediately. Now remember, this is Jim fucking Sterling. I've reviewed tons of games. Don't mind that I haven't playtested this title at all. So instead of showing you the good and bad, I'm going to show you right now that I...
It's called a first impression. Your game did not leave a very good one. And based on the gameplay that I saw... Not necessarily because of Jim Sterling, because of the gameplay that I saw, I would have to agree with him. It does not leave a good taste in my mouth.
I'm truly a... Oh, well, they said I was a total fucking moron there. I'm not going to look at the HUD at all or explain about it. Why bother? There is no information there I need. So there, it goes on and on like this. So they do the whole thing. There we are. What's funny to me is they think this is a review, when these are, and have been for... about a year and a half now.
I find it hilarious that you think that Jim Sterling's word is going to affect the sales alone. Yeah, they might affect them a little bit, but I find it hilarious, absolutely hilarious, that you're shouting at Jim Sterling for this kind of bullshit, when in reality, the thing that's going to be affecting your sales the most are these videos that you've been making. These videos where you're getting your ass on your shoulders. These videos where you're just being a total dickwad to a critic for criticizing your game, for doing their job as a critic, for criticizing your game in hopes that maybe you might produce something better later on. Let me tell you something here real quick. I might have bought your game. I like bad games. I like going onto the Steam page and finding a game that is notoriously bad and playing it. That's what I enjoy doing it, if only so I can laugh my ass off about it. I'm not saying that your game is good, because based on what I've seen, it's not. But I might have still bought it for the simple reason that it was bad. But that's not going to happen now. Wanna know why? Because you decided to act like a total dickwad. Because you acted like a jerk. Because you got your ass on your shoulders. Because you acted like a child. Because someone criticized your game. Someone criticized the game that you, my friend, are selling. And how is Jim Sterling damaging the value of the game? It's still a game. You still can play it. Jim Sterling isn't handing you a copy of the game. Jim Sterling isn't effectively sitting there playing the game for you. He's doing first impressions of it. He's telling you his thoughts about the game. That's not devaluing the work. You can still go out to the store and buy the game. It's still going to be worth the same amount of money whether or not you want it. And you don't realize that. The only thing that you see is that, oh shit, someone is criticizing my game. I need to throw a shit fit. And I'm not just talking about you, the developer of Slaughtering Grounds. I'm talking about the guys behind Gary's Incident. I'm talking about the guys behind The War Z. I'm talking about all of those people that think that the best way to deal with criticism is to get angry, is to shout, is to scream, is to bitch, moan, groan, and complain. And I can tell you this. I am willing to bet money on this. If you continue the way that you are now, your career as a developer is going to be very, very short-lived. And it's not going to be because of Jim fucking Sterling either. It's going to be because of your attitude. And because no one is going to want to play your games if you continue to throw these shit fits. So allow me to reiterate. I might have wanted to go out and buy your game. I might have wanted to do that. Not anymore. That game is no longer going to have the potential of being within my Steam library. Hell, I am not even willing to waste the hard drive space to download that game off of the Pirate Bay. I'm not. I refuse to support people like you. I refuse to support people who decide to get their ass on their shoulders because someone said something mean about their game. A game that, by the way, you're selling for money. And say whatever you want about commentators. Say whatever you want about people who criticize videos on the internet that are made strictly for the hell of it. Say whatever you want about those people. Say whatever the hell you want about me. But the moment that you start charging for something, all bets are off. All criticism becomes fair game. Because now you have put the consumer's wallet in question. Now you are asking for something in return for this game. You are asking people to give you money for this game. And when people do that, there's a certain trust between the developer and the player. The trust that this game is going to be fun, that this game is going to be entertaining. If it is not fun, if it is not entertaining, then it's not doing its job. And you as a developer are not doing your job. So go ahead. Go back to work. Continue developing games. I'm not gonna buy them. I wonder how many people will.
Oh, no. You're making a text commentary? Really? Text commentaries should be reserved for one thing and one thing only. Hell. They should be burned in hell, because it requires me to switch back and forth between different pages, and you know what, I don't like doing that. I don't like having to switch back over to YouTube just to figure out what your points are. I like being able to listen to a commentary and do something else, like, I don't know, read Fallout Equestria, or work on my new avatar that you may or may not see in the next video. We may get there, but point being, text commentaries suck. Yeah, it must be horrible. It's making fun of bronies. So, pretty much what you're stating is that TOG Professor is god-awful, that he deserves to get off of YouTube, that he's scum of the earth because he makes fun of bronies. Yeah, just because you can make a commentary doesn't necessarily make it a good commentary. Keep that in mind.
Oh, you are so thug, aren't you? Using a camera to record your TV while you or someone you know plays a video game. You couldn't even be bothered to record actual wrestling footage, download it from YouTube, anything of the fucking sort?
Actually, he does have access to these features. It's called a YouTube downloader, and it is easy, and most importantly, it is free. That's actually how I got your video. All you have to do is go to a website like KeepVid and copy the URL of the video, paste it into the text bar, press download, and voila! That said, TOJ's point isn't exactly all that great either. Pretty much he's saying that he should have went and took someone else's footage to use in his intro, which is not something that most people would smile upon. I would prefer for him to record his own gameplay footage through a camcorder than steal someone else's.
I am also going to be changing your fucking avatar because this thing just looks fucking stupid. And it doesn't really show just how much of a brony you fucking are. Let's see here. Who should we use? No, even though it would be a double entendre by letting me inadvertently compare Stephen the Master to this guy, and also showing just how annoying I think he is, it's still, he's more annoying than this fucking character.
You're not going to do this for every avatar, are you?
No, because she's too fucking overdone.
Yes, he is. Silence, there is absolutely no reason for you to critique TOG's choices on the avatar point by point. And quite frankly, I felt that this entire sequence was a waste of time, both from you and TOG. You could have easily summed this up by saying, "This is a waste of time," and moving on. That said, this is a waste of time.
How about we just do these two idiots, because apparently everyone seems to hate them.
Where the fuck did he say that? He didn't even so much as imply that. You just pulled that bit from your ass because you don't like TOG Professor. Pay attention, Orion! This is a logical fallacy.
I myself will be using Twilight Sparkle again because I'm stuck up enough to not care what you people think of me, so fuck it.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 10th edition of Jim 99 Commentaries, hosted by the one and only, the Jim of 99, Rijimgate. Okay, now for those of you who are wondering where was I for the past couple of weeks on January...
Nobody really gives a shit, so just get on with it, you fucking dumbass.
Yes, but if it's important enough, it should be in its own video, or if it can be summarized in the description. It does not belong in a commentary, wasting precious time that could be used making the commentary.
So for today's commentary, I am going to commentate on 3 short little videos on one guy who hates My Little Pony. Now, if you're wondering why am I doing a commentary on one guy...
Why the hell are you still talking? How long is it going to take to get to the fucking commentary itself?
Wasting time explaining something in his day-to-day life, then taking his sweet-ass time introducing the person he's commentating on. Somehow I think this guy has TOG beat. And a shit ton of nothing later.
It's like pony, except that you take the slang word bro, replace the po with bro, and you get brony.
Well shit, thanks for explaining something that everyone on the fucking internet already knows. Shut the fuck up!
Or maybe he wants to drive the point home that this person rambles for far too long. I've seen a couple of TOG's videos, and none of them have an intro this fucking long.
That's really clever. And yes, people, I am a brony. Do you all hate me now? I assume you do. Okay, not wasting any time, let's get in with these 3 videos right now. And trust me, people, this won't be pretty at all.
Oh, you're not wasting any time. Not wasting any time. Are you fucking kidding me? How the hell do you not call the last 3 fucking minutes not wasting my goddamn time? All you did was give a goddamn history lesson to My Little Fucking Pony, which does not help your points in this fucking commentary in the least bit. You also explained what the fuck Brony means as if we already didn't know. And you showed a picture of an attractive woman. At least one good thing came out of that last 3 minutes. How in the name of all things holy is this not fucking wasting our time?
Okay, unless you've been living under a rock for the past 3 years, you probably know what My Little Pony Friendship is Magic is. So there is virtually no point in wasting an entire 3 minutes explaining what it is.
Okay, well, this is...
Hello, Justin Bieber look-alike.
It's as if that was an original and not cliched insult when it comes to this guy. Now, anyone who has seen my one-shot concerning this fucking video will already know my biggest problem today. But we'll get to that in a little bit.
All you brownie faggots. Brony. Sorry, not brownie.
It's pronounced Brony, you moron. Goodness gracious, we're already in a bad start.
Brony. Yeah, okay. I guess brownies are people that watch My Little Pony.
Correction. A brony is someone that is a fan of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Get your facts straight.
No, a brony is some idiotic adult or teenage male who watched My Little Pony and immediately started freaking out about the show because for some reason it kicked his fucking autism into overdrive.
I would refer to the show as My Fucking Gay Little Pony.
There's a difference between gay and girly, dude. Just because the show has girls on it doesn't mean it's gay. If you're talking about something like Queer Duck, then I can understand where you're going on with the gay thing. But My Little Pony, I could not understand.
Wow, it is almost as if he said that comment to just piss you off. Like, I don't know what... Wait, I don't want to blow my load just yet.
That's funny. Power Rangers beats My Little Pony. A show that repeats itself so many times with the same story of 5 people dressed up in spandex, having the same weapons and the same sort of machines and all that transformation jazz, and fight against some aliens from outer space or dimensions. I don't see how that show could beat My Little Pony.
Well, let's just get the basic premise of every episode of My Little Pony, not counting the season premieres and finales. We open to happiness, till some drastic fucking event fucks everything up and it gets resolved, and then it goes off to say, "Dear Princess Celestia, friendship fucking rocks!" How the hell is that not repetitive? It follows a basic premise just as much as Power Rangers, but Power Rangers had more violence and action, hence, to some, it would be a better show. Wait to state your opinion as a fucking fact.
Hate to break it to you, but both shows follow a cookie-cutter premise. And creative or not, it's still a cookie-cutter formula.
Yeah, this is just my video about me hating on My Little Brownie faggots.
Really? That's your video on ranting on the bronies. That's all you're gonna talk about.
Well, yes it is. If he wanted to make fun of bronies to piss them off, what else would he need to fucking talk about? He seemed to have done a good job at this, didn't he? I will go ahead and say this now for anyone who has not yet realized it. This guy is a fucking troll and this dumbass walked right into it.
My god, really? That's your dumbass logic. Oh, he didn't know what a troll is, so that's okay. His point, DOG's point is invalid because he didn't show any evidence of this guy being a troll. He didn't need to show any evidence! The evidence is right there in the video. Anyone who sits his ass down and watches the video can tell that the guy was an obvious troll. You've got to be fucking kidding me. And for the record, someone doesn't need to know what a troll is to understand that somebody's just trying to get a rise out of them. But that's the end of the video. Pretty much it ends with Silence saying, hey, I have the other 2 videos downloaded if you want me to commentate on TOG some more, to which my answer is, no, I don't. Dude, based on the commentary that I just witnessed, the only reason why you don't like TOG is because he doesn't like bronies. And you know what? I don't think that's enough of a reason to try taking him down an edge. So he doesn't like bronies. Big whoop. Honestly, if you're going to make another commentary, try to find some actual points instead of trying to nitpick TOG not showing any sort of evidence that a particular guy is a troll, despite not having to.
Yeah, I'm sorry for the lack of videos for the last wee while. I'll give myself a slap on the hand. There, we can move on with our lives now. Now, I'm going to warn you, for people who tend to nitpick at other people's commentaries, I am going to break one of the 10 commandments of commentators, and that is commentating on a video that's over a year old.
To be specific, this video he's commentating on is 4 years old. Keep that in mind. This will be important.
That bit of the intro which I sped up was completely unnecessary.
Are you going to tell us why it's unnecessary? Was it too long for you? Because it was only 30 seconds. Or are you just saying that all intros are pointless, in which case you're going to have a lot of people to disagree with?
I've been into console gaming ever since I got my Nintendo 64, back when I was 6 or 7.
Your bias is already shown, and we're not even but 5 seconds into the actual video.
Why? Because he's been gaming on consoles longer? If that's the case, then you're clearly biased for PC.
I've tried to get into PC gaming, but it just isn't happening. Other than Putt Putt Saves the Zoo, that game kicks ass.
I personally prefer Putt Putt Goes to the Moon, but it's alright. Your opinion, I guess.
But for some reason, I just enjoy console gaming far more. Now, I know this is getting into flame war territory, but I'm not trying to piss anyone off. It's simply my opinion.
Hear that? It's Flames on Fire's opinion. Normally I wouldn't draw attention to this, but it's going to be important.
And really, how does my opinion affect whatever gaming device you prefer?
Alright, sure, it's your opinion. But why did you title the video Top 10 Reasons Console Gaming is Better Than PC Gaming?
Because he's listing off 10 reasons why he prefers console gaming over PC gaming. We know it's opinion-based. We can assume that it's opinion-based. Most lists are opinion-based.
Anyway, I came up with 10 reasons why I like console gaming better than PC gaming. Enjoy.
Number 10.
The keyboard isn't meant to game.
Yeah, they kind of are.
Really? So back when this monstrosity was made back in the 1980s, their major concern was whether or not people would be able to play games on it. And if we want to go back further, here's the origin of the keyboard. It was made back in the 1860s.
Games are made on PCs. How do you think they test them?
With the peripherals that they're designed for. If you're going to make a game for the Wii, you aren't going to use a keyboard and mouse to test it.
And if you go to any electronics store, you'll find keyboards and mice, for that matter, specifically designed for gaming. And even if it wasn't designed for gaming, how does that affect its playability?
I don't know. How does the thing that you're using to play the goddamn game affect the playability?
Computers were not made to play games. We just found ways to make them compatible for gaming. A gaming controller was specifically made for games.
You do know you could plug in an Xbox or a PlayStation controller into a PC and it would work, right?
And how does that discredit his point? It doesn't. Besides, I haven't heard anyone playing Diablo 2 with a controller, have you? Not every game on PC is compatible with a 360 controller.
Number 9.
Viruses.
Well, it's your own.
Nope, shut up, let him talk.
Now, I know with things like Steam, you can just re-download the game to your profile if your hard drive gets wiped.
Wait, what? Hard drive getting wiped? What's that got to do with viruses?
Everything. Okay, guys, it's story time. Once upon a time, I had a computer that contracted a piece of malware. Now, this malware was masquerading around as an antivirus software. And unfortunately, whenever I tried to open up anything, it decided to label it as a virus and force it to close down immediately. I could not uninstall the program. I could not run my antivirus software to get rid of the program. And yes, I had antivirus software. So what I pretty much had to do is wipe my hard drive to get rid of it.
But still, it's annoying and something that doesn't happen on consoles.
Looks like someone forgot about the Red Ring of Death.
The Red Ring of Death was a hardware issue, not a piece of malware. Normally I wouldn't care, but you're comparing apples to oranges.
Number 8.
Rock Band.
Wait. What?
Yep, this is a whole reason. As a video game lover and a music lover, I've probably put more hours into this game than any other.
May I recommend Guitar Hero 3?
With all the DLC that comes out, it never gets old.
Yeah, DLC in which you have to pay extra money for.
Which is going to be the case regardless of which platform you choose to play on, so quit your belly aching.
Call me a fanboy, I know playing Rock Band is considered newbie in the hardcore gaming world, but it's one of my favorite games of all time, and it's not on the PC. Probably because people could find a way to torrent all the DLC.
You can't torrent DLC, you flubber nugget.
Really? Because this is what I got when I just typed in DLC into the Pirate Bay. And this is what I got when I decided to be a bit more specific.
People can just download it for free. Has there ever been a single game that has been released both on a console and the PC, where the PC version sold more? Well, probably, but definitely not a lot.
Would you care to give us a few examples of this?
What, like you've been doing?
Number 6.
Playing on a TV is a better experience.
Alright, I'll give you a few points here because this is all completely opinion based, so let's skip this one, shall we?
It's simply my opinion, and really, how does my opinion affect whatever gaming device you prefer? It's simply my opinion. It's simply my opinion.
He said it himself. This entire video is his opinion, but you're giving this one a slide because it's his opinion.
Not to mention the game was a huge upgrade over the first, except for the fact that you can no longer play as Bill.
Well, in the PC version you can.
Not until October of 2010, man. And even then, there was only 2 missions. You didn't get the rest until 2012. And when was this made? Oh yeah, before either of those packs were released.
Number 4.
Macs are better than PCs.
Okay, first of all, no. And second, Macs are fucking PCs, you retard. PC stands for personal computer.
Now, I imagine this is gonna piss a lot of people off, but as someone who makes and edits movies like this, and makes music and stuff, Macs are just far more useful to me.
Last time I checked, you could do all that stuff on a PC as well.
But unless you want to dick around with Windows Movie Maker, and trust me, you don't, then you would have to purchase your editing software separately, while the Mac comes with it.
Not to mention they can run PCs inside of them, so basically the only thing they can't do that PCs can is play games.
Then how are Macs better than gaming PCs if they can't play games?
Are you serious? Are you absolutely fucking serious? He handed you that point on a silver platter. No, a gold platter, speckled with gemstones. It can boot Windows, so clearly it can play PC games. And you ignored that completely. instead choosing to focus on, well, if it can't play games natively, then it must suck! Are you serious?
But if I already have a computer, why would I get another one to play games?
Here's an idea. How about you don't buy the Mac in the first place?
Why? Or is this going to be another one of those things you expect us to take at face value?
Especially when it's more expensive than a console.
Yeah, but Macs are more expensive than PC, so... Your logic's jinxing me here. I'm stuck. And you just reminded me there. You are comparing PCs to consoles. So how is Macs being better than PCs make consoles better than PCs?
Okay, then let me explain it for you. His point is that it's easier to drop money on multiple consoles than it is to drop money on multiple computers.
Number 3. Local multiplayer.
Looks like someone doesn't know what a LAN party is. It's when a whole bunch of PCs hooked up to the same internet connection can play together. And it's actually even better than split screen because at least then you get a whole screen to yourself instead of having a little tiny section of the screen.
Okay, I'm going to play devil's advocate here. What if the person does not want to have to lug their gaming PC over to a friend's house? What if that person does not want to have to supply their own console, their own keyboard, their own everything just to play locally?
This is huge for me. Games like Left 4 Dead 2, where everyone says they're better on PC, don't have this.
Custom maps and mods. That's all I need to tell you. If it weren't for those two features on PC, Left 4 Dead 2 would be as dead as a nest of maggots.
Sure, okay, because that's not even related to the point that he's trying to make.
Not having to worry about specifications and requirements.
If your PC is from 2008 onwards, then it should be able to run any game decently with a decent frame rate and all. However, if it does have a little bit of issues, then I would recommend turning down the graphics and all. But of course, you don't know this because you're an idiot who done jack to shit about research.
The irony! It burns!
Hey, you want to buy Modern Warfare 2 on a PC? Yeah? Okay, well first you have to answer yes to all these questions. Do you have an Intel Pentium 4 3.2 GHz processor, at least 1 gig of RAM, 256 megabyte NVIDIA G4 6600 GT, whatever the fuck that is?
As a huge computer geek, I find this bit of the video extremely painful to watch.
12 gigs of free hard drive space, and Microsoft DirectX 9? So, do you still want Modern Warfare 2 on the PC? I have no fucking idea.
If you want to know what your computer's specs are, then just go to my...
Shut up, not the point. The point is that a PC gamer has to be worried about the specs of their computer and to determine whether or not they can actually play a particular game, whereas a console gamer just needs to worry about if they have the right console.
Number 1. Price and constant upgrading.
Well, if you're really into keeping up...
Okay, this is a huge pet peeve of mine. I absolutely hate it when people start ripping apart a point before it's even explained to them.
The fact that you can buy a brand new PC today and have it not be able to play some current games is baffling to me.
Well, that's just untrue.
Shut up, yes it is, I've done it. If you want to buy a computer that can play every single modern game out there and play it well and last, you're going to be spending at least $1,000.
I can buy a 360 that was released in 2005, and it'll be able to play games that will be released for it in 2013.
Yeah, but the graphics and resolution will still look like it's from 2005 though.
And this discredits his point how?
Not to mention it's far less money. You can get a 360 for like $200 these days, and you never have to worry about graphics card upgraders or any of that shit.
If you buy a decent graphics card, you'll need to upgrade it as often as a new generation of consoles comes out, and not to mention, it'd be a lot cheaper too.
You get the game, you put it in, it works. That simple. flame out. I am never saying that again.
Good. And that's the video over. Jeez, this was quite a long one actually. And yes, this video is relatively old, but the thing is, console gamers still tend to use the arguments used in this video to this day, minus the Rock Band thing, but...
Then why not just turn it into a rant? You are making a commentary on a 4-year-old video when people are apparently using these arguments today. So would it have been so hard to, at the very least, find a newer version of this and commentate on that? No. That's not too much to ask for. My biggest problem here is that Crazy NES fanboy here is complaining about how Flames on Fire isn't providing any sort of evidence, and quite frankly, they're not doing it either. Crazy fanboy here expects us to take his word for every single thing, and as I have shown, there is evidence proving otherwise.
Stop. What is this? What is this? You can't be okay, first off, let's talk about your presentation. One, the glare on the screen is absolutely fucking horrible. I can't believe that you didn't think to perhaps maybe fix that, because apparently this isn't the first time this has happened. Two, tank top, why? Tank top, why? If you're going to present yourself on camera, the best thing that you probably should do is make yourself presentable. This entire setup is completely wrong. The glare is awful. The choice of attire is awful. Everything about this presentation just screams to me of, I'm not trying.
Hello, I'm Richie, and this is the Augustus Productions response to Lauman commentaries. Jokes are facts now. Now, the reason I'm doing this video because Lauman did a commentary on me, which I found funny. Which I did find it funny, but there were a lot of mistakes in that video that have to be addressed. So
mistakes? Like what?
So instead of talking about it, I'll talk about the end after I show you the video itself.
Oh, okay. He's going to tell us the mistakes at the end of the video. A bit weird, but okay.
So get set and get ready for Lauman's video about me. Get ready. And let's go choo choo.
And true to his word, we don't actually get to see him until the end of the video, and yes, you did in fact just hear a grown man say choo choo. Seeing as how he doesn't interject at all while the video is playing, we're just going to skip right to that.
So how was the video? It was good. I watched it too. Well, now here's my response to it.
Yes, we'll finally get to hear what he has to say about this video.
Here's my final thoughts.
Wait, final thoughts?
Well, Johnny or Lauman, your video was pretty much amateurish and a bit horrible and amateur at best.
Amateurish. Amateurish. Okay, not only did you tell us that there were problems with this video that needed to be addressed, and you didn't address them, but you're also calling Loudman's video amateurish when you don't understand the concept of lighting, when you don't understand the concept of presentation. Everything about your video screams amateurish, and you're accusing someone else of being mediocre at best? Someone who, mind you, knows how to make a joke, knows how to write a script, knows the concept of lighting. Everything about his video was way better than yours. I sat through 15 minutes of essentially someone else's video, and all you do is skip to the end, say final thoughts, and say it's amateurish? The fuck, man? I want my 15 minutes back so I can go back to Loudman's video and watch it over there. Cause that's essentially all this is. It's literally just Loudman's video bookended by your mug. If you're going to make a response, then actually take the goddamn motherfucking time to make a response. But who am I kidding? This is the same person who decided to upload the entirety of Bad Entity's Big Picture Show onto his YouTube channel, which is illegal, by the way. He doesn't own the rights to that at all, and he just uploaded the entire thing, no cuts or edits whatsoever. And it's
known for making shitty-ass parodies of YouTube commentators because he doesn't know how to let things go. But yeah, I'll be seeing myself up there real soon.